get the kids to activities after school and all that stuff, and receive, you know, a message. You hear that, you guys? Did you hear that? Those are the flood sirens. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mindy. This is See Mindy Mom. It is Thursday, and it has been one crazy week. So I'm just gonna try to fill you guys in on what has been going on and why I've been kind of absent from my channel and not posting as much. We're fine. Everybody's fine, but it has been really a hectic week, and I'm gonna tell you all about it. So stay tuned. Okay, guys, it's Thursday afternoon. I keep trying to start a vlog. I keep trying to daily vlog almost every single day this week, and it just doesn't come together because quite frankly, I'm kind of tired and just distracted and a little bit stressed, and so I keep forgetting to pick up the phone and film stuff. I keep starting out in the morning, and then the day goes by, and I'm like, oh man, I just forgot to fill you guys in. So I decided I would just sit out here on the patio. The children are playing, drink my coffee, and just kind of give you guys a little rundown about what's been going on around here. First off, I want to say we're fine. Our house is fine. Everybody's okay, and I'm grateful for that. I know there are some people in our area that are not in the same position. They have sustained damage from storms and flooding, and I'll get into that in a minute. But I want to just let you guys know right off the bat that we're doing okay. You guys know, if you watched my What's for Dinner video last Sunday, that it was just kind of a crazy busy week last week, and it was one I wasn't expecting to be that way. Like, I thought after we got through Mother's Day that we were kind of on the downward slide into summer, and that things would calm down, and we were kind of through with programs and field trips and concerts and just different things that were kind of filling our schedule up. But that isn't what happened. We had lots of things pop up at work, at home, at school last week that made it kind of a stressful week. We ended the week, a few of us were under the weather, so I was already coming into this week kind of tired, but knowing we're at the finish line, school's finishing up, and then we're gonna, you know, leave town for a couple days. We've got a lot of things, you know, fun things planned in the next few weeks. On Monday, we were basically in like a severe storm watch. And that's not uncommon around here, especially for this time of year. We live in Tornado Alley, and we are, you know, if you've grown up here, if you've lived here for any length of time, you know that it's May and it's storm season and it happens. But we were in what is called a PDS tornado watch, or a PDS storm watch. It's a particularly dangerous situation. All of these factors have to be present, and all the dominoes have to line up specifically from a meteorological standpoint in order for storms to turn particularly violent and, you know, produce things like long track damaging tornadoes and large hail and flooding and damaging winds and stuff. Like there have to be certain things that are present in the atmosphere for it to be like more than just rain. And we had all of those present on Monday. They were basically saying the conditions are ripe for particularly dangerous, damaging, violent storms. So a lot of districts in the center part of Oklahoma shut down. Tulsa Public Schools did here, but we're not in Tulsa Public. The school districts here stayed open, and I was fine with that. The timeline for us was a little bit later in the day. They were supposed to start popping up, you know, towards the late afternoon and evening. So the day progresses, and there are some storms that come up, and some of them give us a little bit of a scare, a little bit of a worry, but it's nothing like they were predicting could be the worst case scenario. So at about 9:45 on Monday night, I decide, okay, I think it's safe for me to go to bed. And right after I had brushed my teeth and walked into the bedroom to get into bed, the tornado sirens went off. So we don't panic about that. If you know anything about the sirens, you know, we start to take precautions, but we also kind of we turn on the weather and see where it's at, because they sound the sirens for a large area, and it could be that it's already moved beyond us, or that it's, you know, far away from us and not going to affect us. So my husband hops out of bed, and we turn on the news, and we see that this particular threat is already out of our area. It's not a tornado that's on the ground. It's a wall cloud that's circulating, so it can become a tornado, but it's already moved beyond us. But there are several other storms that keep popping up all around, and it was those conditions being so ripe for storms popping up. They just happen, And so they keep kind of popping up and they're hitting all around us. And I don't think there was ever, they think maybe, I think I heard that there was, oh no, wait, that was the next day. Yeah, this goes on for a couple of days. So just hold on to your hat. So anyway, I stay up for another hour and just watch and make sure that we're in the clear finally. And then I go to bed. And the next morning, Tuesday, we wake up to the sound of tornado sirens. Now, if you are familiar at all with this part of the country, it is rare that you hear that in the morning. Well, it's certainly uncommon and it's infrequent. It's not unheard of to have morning severe storms with tornadoes, but it's not like a common thing. So to wake up to the tornado sirens, we're just like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. So it's about 6 a.m. and we all hop out of bed and we turn the TV on. And again, it's sort of the same situation. We're just watching all of these little spots. And so school has a delayed start. They're not going to cancel school because they're trying to get through this week. We were supposed to go through the end of the week before school was out. So it's only Tuesday at this point. So they delay the start of school for an hour. They had to. I mean, buses can't run when the tornado sirens are going off, right? So I got the kids to school and I go about my day, go up to the church and work a little bit, get the kids to activities after school and all that stuff, and receive, a message. You hear that, you guys? Did you hear that? Those are the flood sirens. And that's one of the things I'm going to tell you guys about. The flood sirens are sounding every half hour for 6 hours, and they started at 3 o'clock and it is 5 o'clock now. So they are sounding every half hour until 9 o'clock tonight. So long story longer, and you can imagine where this is going. We get to Tuesday night and the city of Tulsa lets us know that they're about to start releasing water from the dam. Now, we are in the northeastern part of Oklahoma, and this part of Oklahoma is nicknamed the Green Country. It's very hilly, lots of trees, lots of lakes, rivers, streams, creeks. I mean, it's very different from a lot of the rest of the terrain of Oklahoma, although there are lakes all over Oklahoma. But one of the lakes that feeds the Arkansas River, which flows through Tulsa, through the west side of Tulsa. In fact, we are only about a quarter mile from the Arkansas River. It has basically reached a critical point. A lot of the lakes to the north of us are full. I mean, they're flooding, basically. And so they let us know that the Army Corps of Engineers is about to start releasing water from the dam starting Tuesday night at the rate of 160,000 cubic feet per second. If you were to take a football field and you were to put 2 feet of standing water, so 24 inches, 2 feet of standing water on the entire football field, that is 100,000 cubic feet of water. And so they are releasing, on Tuesday night, they began releasing water at 160,000 cubic feet per second from the dam, which essentially floods the Arkansas River. So people who are in the floodplain, who are in the flood path, are trying to get sandbags and mulch bags and just prepare. They're evacuating some places. North of us, a lot of towns were already flooding. They've had major issues. We were already saturated before these storms came through, and lakes and streams and river levels were already high, so it was just kind of anything we got was going to be in excess. So we get into Wednesday, and again, water is still flowing out into the river. And actually, Wednesday, the kids go to school, everything's fine, and then I get an email at 2 p.m. from our school district saying we are going to cancel the last 2 days of school, Thursday and Friday. We're ending the school year today. Today will be the last day of school. And I got that email like 2 o'clock. And hats off to I don't blame them at all. As a teacher, I'm probably, in my head, I was thinking, oh my gosh, those poor teachers, they're probably scrambling to close up their classrooms, to get things home to the parents. The last couple of days are usually when the secondary schools are taking finals. Obviously, they'll have decided some sort of policy with that. But I just mean, they must have been really worrisome. The flood conditions, basically. A state of emergency was declared for the cities that this school district serves that we're in, and so they just decided for everybody's safety that they were going to cancel the last 2 days of classes, and that was it. My husband went and got the kids from school that day, and that was it. That was their last day. But then Wednesday night rolls around, and we have another round of storms. I had a pizza party for the children's choirs, and so I got that kind of out of the way, and I was sort of monitoring storm conditions, but I got them all safe and sound, delivered to their parents at the end of it, and I was walking back up to the music suite to start to get ready for the adult choir and orchestra rehearsals that evening, and the tornado sirens go off. And so we were running around the church trying to make sure that anybody who was there, luckily it was a night when there were not a lot of activities going on. These are kind of a couple of weeks where we don't have a lot as we transition from spring into summer activities. So just trying to get anybody who was there into our shelter rooms, and also get the word out to our musicians who hadn't arrived yet that we were canceling rehearsals for the evening. And it was, it was fine. It wasn't super chaotic, but it still is it always just kind of puts you on alert. Even if you lived here your whole life, when you hear the sirens, you're like, what's going on? Which is, good, because that's what they're supposed to do. That's the purpose they serve. After that first round passes, I'm taking a look at the radar, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and make a beeline for home. I think I've got a window of opportunity. And it started to rain on me just as I was getting, around the corner from our neighborhood. And so I was able to make it home before the next round of storms hit. And again, there were last night's storms. It's Thursday now, so Wednesday night storms were actually a lot worse from the standpoint of tornadoes and damaging wind and things like that. We are fine, but to the north of us, I think some people sustained some pretty bad damage. And of course, it dumped a lot more water on us, onto our already full lakes, rivers, streams, creeks, all that kind of stuff. So right now, the dam is open at 250,000 cubic feet per second. So that is why you keep hearing the flood sirens go off in the background, because they are releasing 250,000 cubic feet per second. So basically 2.5 football fields, 2 feet deep worth of water every single second, in an effort to try to keep the lake from overflowing and then not being able to control the flooding at all. And already there are some towns to the north of us that are just really struggling with it. They're flooding majorly. So it's just been crazy, and I don't want you to think I'm complaining. We're fine. We're grateful, but it's just added this level of stress and precaution. We've been on edge the whole week, and if you've ever been in a situation like that, it's exhausting, right? It's exhausting to have that kind of stress, where you're just have to have constant vigilance in order to make sure that you're staying safe. So all that's to say, I'm sorry that my content has been sparse. And I'm sorry if I seem a little flustered and frazzled. I just am. Because, we've still been dealing with sickness and allergies. Rain makes the grass grow and the trees grow and the flowers bloom. Today's the first day I've been able to wear my contacts. Both Ruthie and McKenna were sick at the beginning of the week. Obviously school ended 2 days early, and it's just been crazy. It's just been, crazy weather, and it's just not what we would have expected, but we're fine. Everybody's fine here. But I know that there are people in this state, especially some of our friends and neighbors very close to us, who covet your thoughts and prayers, and just need to be lifted up, because we are not out of this yet. We may not have even reached the max where the flooding is concerned, because like I said, it's a controlled release of the water. So everybody's kind of worried about how that's going to go, but we're keeping an eye on it. We're safe. We're just keeping an eye on it, and that's where I've been this week, and that's why I haven't been active. I haven't even watched YouTube. I am way behind on my channels that I watch, but we've just been kind of dealing with this thing, so I'm tired. I'm tired and I'm frazzled, so I need to just take a deep breath, calm down, regroup, and I'll check in with you guys again later, at a later time. Bye.